In this video, we're going to use simultaneous equations to solve some real-life examples. So we're going to be given a question, we're going to have to form two equations, and then we're going to use simultaneous equations using our elimination method to solve those equations to answer the question. So a reminder of our elimination method. The coefficients of one of our variables must be the same, and we may have to scale our equations in order for that to happen. If we have different signs of that variable, we're going to add one equation to the other to eliminate that variable and solve for the other. If we have the same signs of that variable, then we're going to subtract one equation from the other in order to eliminate it and solve for the other. So the first example, we've got the sum of two numbers equals 16 and their difference equals 4, and we want to find the value of each number. So we're going to let x and y be the numbers, and we're going to set up two equations to solve. So sum means adding the numbers together. So if we add x and y, it's going to equal 16. So that gives us our first equation. X plus y equals 16. Difference means subtract. So to work out the difference of those numbers equals 4, we're going to say that x minus y equals 4, and we're going to label that one equation 2. They're different signs. Our coefficients are the same, so we're going to add 1 plus 2 to eliminate y and solve for x. So we're going to get 2x equals 20. Then we're going to divide both sides by 2, and we're going to get x equals 10. Now, the next step is to substitute this value of x back into 1 and solve for y. So 1 was x plus y equals 16, so we're going to say 10 plus y equals 16. We're going to subtract 10 from both sides and get y equals 6. We're going to mentally check solutions by substituting both values back into both equations. So we get 10 plus 6 equals 16, which is true, and 10 take away 6 equals 4, which is also true. And then we need to write our solution, x equals 10 and y equals 6. So in example 2, we have 3 bags of sand and 2 bags of grain weighing 91 kilograms. And we've got 4 bags of sand and 3 bags of grain weighing 124 kilograms. And we want to find the weight of 1 bag of sand and 1 bag of grain. So let's let S be sand and G be grain, and we're going to set up two equations and label them. So our first equation is going to be 3S plus 2G equals 91. Our second equation is going to be 4S plus 3G equals 124, and we're going to label them equation 1 and equation 2. Now you can see that the coefficients of S and G are both different in both equations. So we need to scale both equations in order to get the coefficient of G to be the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply equation 1 by 3, and we're going to multiply equation 2 by 2 to make the coefficients of G both 6G, and write down these two new equivalent pairs of equations, and we're going to label them 3 and 4. So 1 times 3 is going to be 9s plus 6g equals 273, and that's equation 3. And then equation 2 times 2 is 8s plus 6g equals 248, and that becomes our equation 4. Now, we have the same sign with our 6g, so we're going to subtract 4 from 3 to eliminate g and solve for s. So 9s take away 8s is going to give us s equals 25. Now we've got a value for s. We're going to substitute this back into equation 1, and we're going to solve for g. So 3 times 25 gives us 75 plus 2g equals 91. If we take away 75 from both sides, we're going to get 2g equals 16, and then we're going to divide by 2 to get g equals 8. Now we need to mentally check our solutions by substituting both values back into both equations. So if we do 75 plus 16, it does make 91. And if we do 100 plus 24, it does make 124. So our solution works with both equations. And then we need to write down our answer to the question. So one bag of sand is 25 kilograms and one bag of grain equals 8 kilograms.